great day, kings and queens. Yeah, welcome to another conversation with Drew. This is a terrific Tuesday, and it's such an honor, such a blessing, to be able to come before you guys, sharing this gift that God has blessed me with, encouraging you guys to find the same thing that's in you. And it's so amazing, to be able to share my experiences with you, that has, given me so much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to be able to be a better me, but also, man, to empower you, to encourage you, to enlighten you on how to become a better you. And so again, this is a terrific Tuesday, man. God bless y'all, man. Everybody who tuned in, to get some of this work, man. Everybody, who supports, man. I don't take it lightly, because I realize, that we're in a special moment, we're in a special season. And if any and everybody, what up, King? If anybody and everybody, will begin to understand this, and begin to pursue your purpose, begin to operate, in the principles, man, that govern the earth, begin to fulfill the destiny, man, that God has created for you, your life will not only become so much better, but the life of, the next 2 generations, the next 3 generations will become better. God has really been moving in me, man, with this forgiveness piece, man, and it's just so amazing, man. The testimonies, man, the things that I continue to get, man. I had an opportunity to speak Sunday, man, and one of my kids' mothers, her mother was there. And so, unbeknownst to Drew Clayborn, she went and bought one of the CDs, after I was done speaking, and she took it home to, again, my daughter's mother, and allow her to hear it. And so, we haven't always been in a great relationship. Sometimes we're at odds, sometimes we see things, different way, and so forth and so on. And so, I got a text message yesterday, and she was just like, man, Drew, I just want to say I'm proud of you. My mom bought a CD home to me, and I was able to listen to it, man. And she's like, man, I just want to say, man, man, it's great to know you. It's great, for us to have known each other, and so forth and so on, man. And so why I'm saying this and why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I want you guys to understand, man, that when you're walking in your purpose, when you're fulfilling your purpose, when you're literally striving to fulfill the destiny that God has created for you, what you have to recognize, right, is that you're going to go through some tests. You're going to go through some battles. You're going to go through some struggles. There's going to be some disagreement with people who are the closest to you. They may not understand. They may not be able to comprehend what it is that you're saying to them at the moment, and what it is that you're even displaying to them at the moment. And y'all may be at odds, but when you understand the power of you walking in your purpose, man, when you understand the power of you fulfilling what it is that God sent you on the earth to do, when you understand the authority that takes place when you are operating as the king and queen that you were created to be, man, God literally shifts and moves things in ways in this universe that we cannot fathom. I wasn't expecting that text message. You know what I mean? But I knew that it was necessary, because God has to do these things. Listen, this is why we keep struggling in life, right? When we hear the law, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all his righteousness and all these things shall be added to me. You right? We hear this law and we took it and we made it religious, right? And we're falling by the wayside, as we see every day on the news, as we see every day on social media, because we're constantly seeking things that are supposed to be added to us, right? We're constantly seeking new opportunities and jobs. We're constantly seeking higher pay grades. We're constantly seeking better garments to put on our backs. We're constantly seeking new vehicles. We're constantly seeking a new relationships. We're constantly seeking the latest Jordans or the latest apparel. We're constantly seeking these things, and these things are naturally supposed to be added to us, right? So what God has really been showing me that's so cold, if you really get this, if you're really listening, is that when you seek his understanding, when you seek his knowledge, when you seek his mindset, when you seek his purpose and destiny for your life, right? When you are about a king's business, right? Imagine you were in this kingdom, right? And you're one of the citizens of the kingdom, right? And the king wants you to do some of his bidding. He wants you to do some of his work, right? And so he sends you out to do some of his work. Do you think and believe that if you went out to do some of the king's work, that when you come back, that your family is going to struggle, that your family is going to be lacking, that your family is going to go without? It's impossible. Because when you're under a great king like that, the great king understands that you're a representation of him. So I can't send you out to be great or be an example of the greatness that I'm allowing you to behold or bestow upon you. There's no way that I can send you out to be great like that and then have you living shabby. then having you living below means, then have you out here struggling because you're an example representation of me. So therefore, when I send you out to be great for me, you got to look like greatness. You got to smell like greatness. You got to be great. Why? Because you're a representation of me. That's what you're missing, kings and queens. That as you continue to seek a higher level and a higher position in your 9 to 5, that's somebody else's dream, you are failing. As you're looking to seek a higher pay grade, you're failing. As you're looking to have to keep up with the latest fashion, you're failing. As you're looking to keep up with the Joneses, you're failing. Why? Because that's not why you were created. You were created to impact lives. You were created to change lives. You were created to save souls. You were created to be the greatest example in the earth that when people see you, they see God. You were created to be so valuable that when you leave the earth, we miss you. You were created to live. And I'm not talking about just your family. I'm talking about the world. You have the ability to impact and influence the world. You have that type of ability in you. But if you keep seeking money, if you keep seeking fame, if you keep seeking fashion, if you keep seeking these things and you really believe that this is what you're supposed to do and have in life, you're selling yourself short, kings and queens. How is it, right, that I went through this process to learn and understand this principle of forgiveness, right? The power and the purpose of it, right? How is it in the process, God knowing that I haven't always had the greatest relationship with my daughter's mother, right? How was it that her mother was stationed at the place I was supposed to speak, at the place I spoke at Sunday, that what came out of my belly was so powerful that it caused her mom to be like, hey, I know the history, but man, you gotta get this work in this CD that Drew just expressed on Sunday. You gotta listen to this. And so she takes her time to listen to this CD. And it moves her so much to be like, man, it don't even matter the differences that we always had. Let me reach out to this man and say that I appreciate him. I thank him for the process that he's gone through. I see it now. It's clear, even though I ain't always seen it, even though we ain't always agree, because that is the authority that we were given. We were given that type of authority, that they ain't got to touch you to feel you, as King Keith Camp always say. That your authority is so powerful that it can go in homes that you ain't even got to go into. I'm using an iPhone, you guys. This is the authority and power of Stephen Jobs, you guys. And this man left his idea, his authority, his purpose in the earth. He's still dead and gone, and he's still influencing us to this day. Do you understand how powerful you really are? I wasn't even going to do a video today. But I knew that this can't be contained. We are literally walking in so much authority and so much power, but we have to understand that, man, if we do not forgive, if we do not operate in the principles, that we're going to continue to fail because we're going to keep looking and seeking for the wrong things. I stopped looking for the latest fashion. I stopped looking for how to make $1 billion. I stopped looking for, who can I fall in love with? I just start simply looking for who am I and why am I here? And all of these things are starting to be added to me. Even in the midst of what I'm going through, it can't stop me. Because I recognize and realize that everything that I'm experiencing is only going to be used when I get on this daggone Facebook Live, or when I'm set on a stage with a microphone, or when I'm speaking to hundreds of thousands via internet. It does not matter. At the end of the day, everything that I'm experiencing has to be used. So I embrace it. Because I recognize that it's all part of his plan. It's all part of the purpose. So I know now that I don't have to go seek money. Do money has to be on my consciousness? Absolutely. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. So yeah, you got to think about it, but that's not my main objective. My main objective is fulfilling a purpose that God sent me here on the earth to do. What do you mean sent me here to do? He sent you here to do it. Your mother and your father didn't create you. They were just conduits. They were just vessels. They were just pawns in God's great plan. Why? Because there's billions and billions of people out here having sex who ain't having kids. You don't have a kid every time you lay down. I don't even care if you in ovulation and that man is potent like I am. At the end of the freaking day, you had a conversation with God. It's called counsel in the word. You said yes to your purpose, and so he sent you on the earth at the opportune time. This ain't no coincidence. This ain't no mistake. This ain't no happenstance. This is literally divine purpose. What are you waiting for, kings and queens? You got to start moving with a sense of urgency. I was listening to King Keith's camp last night. You got to start moving like your life is on the line. Why? Because people out here dying. We seeing it every day. We see it all over social media. We see it all over the news. People out here being killed innocently. What are we going to remember you for? What they going to say, you was the greatest worker at your job? You got employee of the month 10 times in a row? Is that it? That's all. That's as big as God is to you? That you can only get employee of the month and get a plaque hung up on the wall? Man, listen, it's serious. And that's what I recognize today. That it does not matter where you are in your life right now. What matters is where you're going. And you have to begin to see it in your mind that you are literally the greatest version of what God can make you. You hear what I'm saying? You are the greatest version. There's only one you. He couldn't make a better you. That's why when he literally created you, he broke the mold and he said, that's it. That's my greatest creation. You may not like your hair. You might not like the texture because somebody programmed you that they said your texture was horrible. You may not like your eyes because they convinced you that the lighter eyes was better than the darker. You may not like your lips. They may be too full, or they may not be full enough. You may not like your smile because somebody said his smile or her smile looked better. But when you recognize that God created you in perfection, he said, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. What do you mean you knew me? I purposed you. You weren't an experiment. You're not an illegitimate child just because your parents weren't married. I purposed you to come. I just used them. They had a few things that I've been placing them in the earth that I needed to put you in. And then I created you, add a little bit more, sprinkle some of me on you, dropped it in and then marinated, boiled up my hands together and said, voila. And here came the most incredible version of you. So what you waiting for? If you don't like your weight, do something about it. You got Google, y'all. You ain't got no excuse. You ain't got to go to the library to get information now. Just do something about it. If you don't like your hair, find out what works for your hair. If you don't like your teeth, go to the dentist. Get some things worked on. If can't nothing be done, just love you for you. And understand that God broke the mold when he created you. And the value of you is not on the outside. The treasure's on the inside. And you have that much greatness in you that you can go into people's homes and impact their lives without you even being there. Because the treasure in you is that valuable. I'm telling you, man, I'm living proof of it, man. I came from a single parent home. I grew up around dope dealers. I've seen people get murdered. I've seen drug dealing. I've seen gang wars. I've been around it my whole entire life. How am I so positive? How am I speaking so much life and so much truth? How am I on my way to being recognized as the most influential speaker in the world? How? Because I recognize my value. And my value came from within me. And once I began to cultivate that value, now the world has to recognize it. I've been recognized it. Now the world has to take hold to what it is that God placed inside of me. Why? Because it was already designed to. It was already designed to. Period. It was already designed for me to be in this position. It's just I had to recognize it, embrace it, everything that came with it, not just the good, the bad as well, the indifference as well. Why? All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, those who are called according to his what? Purpose. For he foreknew you, he predestined. That's before he knew you, before he destined you to be great. In this season right here, they can't stop you. They can't stop you. They can't stop you. The only thing that's going to stop you is you settling for less. saying that this job is all I deserve, saying that this little apartment or this home is all I deserve, saying that this car, this family is all I deserve, when he said, man, I created you in my likeness and image to be just like me. The problem is you ain't studying Pops. That's the problem. You ain't picking Pops up and studying him. That's the problem. So you don't know your value. You don't know how great you are. That's the problem. But I'm here to remind you. I'm here to remind you how great you truly are. That if you do not believe in yourself yet, just watch me. Just watch me. Not to admire Andrew Clayborn, man. I'm a vessel, man. I'm a conduit, man. To get this work in the earth. That's all that I am, because one day I'm going to be gone. So I know I'm not God. One day I'm going to be gone, but I'm going to leave my footprint in this earth, something so vicious, you understand me? They going to see my toenails, you dig? I'm going to stomp so heavy, they going to see the impression of my toenails in this earth. You understand what I'm saying? They got to have me on the cooking show. They got to have me on ESPN. They got to have me on TBN. They got to have me on CNN. They got to have me on every station out here right now because they need this work and they can't nobody stop me. He showed me already. Something they ain't never seen before. Why? Because he broke the mold when he made me. And he broke the mold when he made you, king. He broke the mold when he made you, queen. You're supposed to go all over the earth, being the greatest version of you, showing people how to do it the same thing. Whether that's in finance, whether that's in fashion, whether that's in entertainment and music, whether that's in media, whether that's in architect, whatever it is, when they see you, they're supposed to see God. That's it. Great morning, queen. I'm telling you right now, man, stop settling in life. Stop saying that this is it. It's not, man. Look at it. This is what I do every day, right? When I'm driving, man, I'll be just looking at all the trees and I'll be seeing the abundance of trees, right? And I'll just be like, man, this is just so crazy, man. Like how many trees is just all over the world. I mean, just in abundance, right? And then God, he gives me the understanding and I recognize that, man, those trees were created for me. To make sure that I have oxygen. To provide me with food. And if it's an abundance and there's never seems to be a short, then how the heck am I shorting myself in life? To think that I can't have an abundance of life in everything that I do, in everything that I touch, and everywhere that I go, there is no lack and limitation. The only lack and limitation is in your minds, kings and queens. Will you keep settling for life or will you go and be great? That's just the reality. There is no short in life besides the one that you put in your head. As a man think in his heart or in his mind, that is what that man is going to be. Law, principle. But I recognize, man, that we all have greatness inside of us. We all have the ability to be great, but we have to develop that. We have to cultivate that. God does not give us finished product. Don't say, well, why ain't he just put greatness right there and I just wake up great? No, man, that's not the reality because you won't appreciate it. If somebody gave you $10,000, you'll go blow it. If you earn that $10,000, you'll strategically use it because you'll value it more. You'll appreciate it more. So I can't give you everything right now. I got to make you work for something just to let me know that, man, you are worthy and grateful at the same time of what it is that I placed inside of you before you came in this earth. I love my parents. I love both my father and my mother unconditionally, but I know that they were just conduits to get Andrew Clayborn in the earth because what's inside of me, they couldn't give me. So I know that when I walk everywhere that I go, I'm not representing Kevin Odoms and Rhonda Clayborn. I'm representing God. And then I'm representing Kevin Odoms and Rhonda Clayborn. But I'm representing my father first. Like Christ said when they came and looked for him when he was 12, Joseph and Mary, man, you had to know I was about my father's business. That's what I'm doing. And that's what you're supposed to do. Don't get comfortable in that job. Why you think he keep rattling stuff up on these jobs? Why you think you keep going from job to job? Why you think he keep disturbing you in your comfort zone? Because that is not why he created you. Every time it seems like everything is going smooth, bang, something happened. But we want to say, man, It's always something, man. Oh, man, it's always something. Now, it's not always something. He is trying to disturb you out of that comfort zone so that he can find the greatest version of you in you. That's why. So stop wasting your time, kings and queens. Start really pursuing in your heart and in your mind and through your words, God, who am I and why am I here? What value can I add to this earth? If the only value you think that you can add is to a job, a funky job, a funky cubicle, a funky relationship, that's it. That's all that God put in you. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing more. Then why is it bothering you that people are out here dying in the street innocently? Why is it bothering you when you see people over in third world countries suffering? Why is it bothering you when you see that there's a lack and limitation in your mind and you know that it can't be that truth? Why is that bothering you? Because it's something that's so big inside of you that's ready to come out. And you have to sit down and begin to cultivate that through literature, through audios, through videos, daily. Why do you think I keep coming on here daily? I just want to be a reminder. What I'm doing, what I'm created to do, I'm going to do it. But I just want to be a reminder to the earth that you have the ability to change the world. Imagine if everybody thought like that. Imagine if everybody thought like that. We'll be taking over things instead of sitting back. This is what's so dope. This is what I love about God, right? God is showing us that we cannot rely on the government. Why? Because the democracy was never created from God. That was man, Plato, Socrates, Aristotle. You know what I mean? Like, that's why this stuff was created. But that wasn't divine. That wasn't designed by God. God created us to govern ourselves. We have the ability to know that I shouldn't be smoking and drinking. Why? Because it's literally taking away cells from my mind that I need in order to think about the next billion-dollar invention that's going to heal a nation. I don't have to have the government tell me stop speeding because I know that, man, there's kids out here playing. So consciously, when I'm in tune with the Father, I know that. I don't have to have the government tell me what I can and do in and out of a relationship. Why? Because that's not the way that God created it. He created you to govern yourself. That's why he keeps showing you that the government can't protect you out here in these streets with the law enforcement. That's why he keeps showing you that the government can't provide jobs for you. That's why he keeps showing you this, man. Because he wants you to know that I didn't create you to have that government. I created you to have my government. That's why I said, unto you a child will be born, and a son will be given, and upon his shoulders will be a government, not a religion, man. Not Christianity or Islam or Baha'u'llah and all this goofy stuff, man. No, I put a government on his shoulders that'll teach you how to be the greatest version of yourself, and you won't need no funky government to provide for your family. You won't need no funky government to protect you. I said I give my angels charge concerning you to keep you in your way. You are protected in the spiritual realm, man. Not on this earth, man. He's so cold with it that he can literally touch the heart of that officer who was ready to kill you, that was about to draw down on you, and he don't even know why he keep putting that bad boy back in his holster. We're talking about stuff we can't see, man. Y'all worried about what you can see. That's why you malfunctioning. You was created to walk in your faith and not in your sight. Why? Because, man, the things that you are seeing are telling you that life is bad, right? Well, the things that you can't see tell you that life is amazing. That's why I operate the way that I do. Because I get it. I understand that this thing was already designed for me. All I got to do is walk in and catch stride in it. That's it. But when you understand that, man, you stop looking for help from the government. You start knowing that, man, I'm going to help the government. You dig? The government going to get this work. They're going to be calling on Drew Clayborn. Hey, man, we need you to come in here and sit in this round table with all of these prime ministers and all of these presidents and all of these different world leaders. Absolutely, let's go to work. Y'all need to get this. And we're going to sit in that bad boy and we're going to shake the nation. Because I already understand that my father already went before me. He already overcame the world. I ain't got nothing to do but just to walk in it, man. Flex these muscles a little bit on them, man. You understand me? Because I understand the power that he placed inside of us. You have the same exact thing inside of you. What you waiting for? What you waiting for? There's books out there. Bishop Jake's Instincts, Bishop Jake's Destiny, The Pursuit of Purpose, Dr. Miles, The Purpose-Driven Life, Rick Warren. Start looking at these books and they're going to start teaching you the things that you need to know so you can begin to look for it. What you seek, you shall find. If you're seeking a better job, that's all you're going to get. But when you start seeking your God-given purpose, your God-given destiny on this earth, you'll become the greatest version of you. That's it. That's it. And nothing can stop you. That's the secret. Nothing can stop you, man. That's the secret. Nothing can stop you. Literally. Because you have so much protection that you cannot see. Nothing can stop you. You'll get in that car accident and walk away with just a little scratch on your arm, and everybody else's car is totaled and everybody else is dying and in injury and in critical condition, and you walking away like you just got this superpower. The whole building could collapse, but he'll put something in you and say, man, you need to go ahead and check on this right now, so you'll leave the building and the whole building come down on everybody else, but you're the only one that made it out. It's like that, man. I believe in that type of power, man, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. And I'm living it. To be an example for you. Because you got to become the greatest version of yourself. If you die tomorrow, what we going to say about you? I guarantee if I die right now, I guarantee the world will shake. The world will shake. And I only got about 3,000 followers, but I guarantee the world will shake. It'll stop. I believe it that much. But imagine when I get to them billions out there. Whoo-wee! Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I'm talking about third world countries, Russia, Japan, everywhere. We're going to the Middle East. We're going to Africa. We're going everywhere. They're gonna get this work. I promise you. I promise you. But I want the same thing for you. I want your gift to touch the masses. So start looking for it. That's it. Start looking for it. Start asking for it. Start looking for it. Start knocking, and you're gonna find it. It's law. I love y'all. God bless y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Again, this is a terrific Tuesday, another conversation with Drew. But remember, it's not a look, it's a lifestyle. Because we do this every day not to impress people, but to leave an impression on the earth. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Peace.